What is going on? Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I just want to introduce to you the Lone Wolf Lead Generation Challenge. Now, this challenge comes from years and years of experience and figuring out what's the best possible way to generate leads in, a wholesale business without spending a ton of money. So without further ado, let's get on with the presentation. So what you'll learn, where and how to properly pull data, how to properly stack that data, how to properly segment that data. See, a lot of people, they tell you just to pull a list and just skip trace the entire list and then cold call that entire list. That is not the proper way. You end up wasting a lot of time and a lot of money doing that, right? So where and how to skip trace that data, and the how is mostly has something to do with the proper segmentation, because we're going to pull a list, but we're not going to skip trace that entire list because it would be throwing away money, right? But we'll go into that more of that later. You'll learn my exact strategies that I use in my real estate investment business each and every day. You'll get the quickest way to financial freedom. We all want to build generational wealth and obtain financial freedom for ourselves and our families, right? Well, this is the quickest way to get there. This is the quickest way, and it costs the least amount of money. And most of all, you'll learn how to do all of this as a lone wolf. And what that means is with a job, with kids, by yourself, with no VAs. I have a thing against VAs. I don't like VAs in my real estate company. I utilize VAs for certain things, but not when it comes to prospecting in my real estate company. It's just not a good idea in my opinion. So about me, I'm a Class A CDL truck driver by trade. I've been in real estate investments on and off for about 20 years. My father started when I was a teenager. He actually passed away a couple of weeks before he was going to close his first creative financing deal. And so, I just kind of been on and off picking up where he left off. I've been mentoring and coaching students for about a year now. I've been developing the CRM for almost 3 years now, building my digital marketing company. This CRM is very special to me, though. Besides the other services that I provide in my marketing agency, the CRM is very special to me because I built this, with my own two hands from the ground up. All the automations and everything, it's all built by me. I closed my first wholesale deal within 42 days of getting started. This is when I first discovered what wholesaling was, and that came from a 65-cent postcard, made $15,000, right? I closed my first lease option assignment deal within 20 days of even knowing what it was. 6 days after my initial marketing, 2 days after my initial marketing, I had a guy call me up like, yeah, we want to sell. I explained to him what I was going to do. I started marketing the property. A young lady called me from Chicago, Illinois, my hometown, and was like, yeah, I need that house. And she got off work early that day and sent me over a cashier's check through FedEx that she got from her bank. But anyway, and I've taken every course, every training that you could possibly think of: sales training course, lease options, subject tools, wrap mortgages, wholesaling. I've done all of that. So this is why you should care. My business was built on the back of the strategies and the softwares that I'm going to be showing you today. So in 2021, I actually made over $142,000 doing this part-time, because as I said before, I'm a Class A CDL driver by trade. So here's a couple of case studies for you guys. This is Kevin. He's a 26-year-old realtor and investor out of Texas. He uses our lead generation strategies to generate buyer and seller leads for both his brokerage and to acquire off-market properties for his own private investment portfolio, right? So Kevin not only uses New Realm for CRM and automated lead generation, he also utilizes us for our SEO, PPC, and Google My Business and social media management services, right? He also hosted all of his websites on our platform because we have all in the one platform. So Kevin signed up with us in January of this year, 2022, and so far, using our systems, he's been able to add another $124,000 to his yearly revenue. So this is Isaiah. Isaiah's a 22-year-old Golden Gloves boxer out of North Carolina who wholesales the houses part-time. Within an hour of getting his system set up the way that he wanted it and getting all of the marketing started, he was able to generate 16 motivated seller leads, 4 of which he was able to get to the closing table within 30 days. That's 16 people interested in selling their house within 1 hour without making any cold calls, without doing any of that, just all automated. He actually did that using the automated lead generation strategy that I'm talking about in this video. So in those 4 deals, Isaiah was able to add over $75,000 to his yearly income. And I mind you, Isaiah signed up with us in March. And this is Jhamel Jones. This is me, 30-year-old truck driver out of Iowa, born and raised in Chicago, Illinois. After spending over $25,000 1 year on virtual assistants without getting one, literally one lead worthwhile using virtual assistants. That was a whole year. I spent over $25,000. Didn't get not one lead. We talk about 12 months. I knew that there had to be a better way. So I began building out my automated system, right? And the whole purpose of my automated system was to alleviate the need for a virtual assistant, because we have so many VAs that's, oh yeah, I have experience in real estate, cold calling and closing deals and all the other type of stuff. And these people literally have never done anything. And a good way you could tell is because if you have a VA talking to you talking about that they have 10 years of experience, but you can't understand a word that they're saying, they're lying. It's impossible that you've been doing this for 10 years and your accent is still as strong as it is. That's just common sense. But anyway, I developed my system. It's going to cost less. I figured there had to be a way, had to be something that costs less than a VA that would work 24 hours a day and work for free, right? So after years of developing a system we're talking about today, I was able to leave my job. Now I made $80,000 a year driving semis at my job, and I was able to walk away from that just because of this system that I built out. I was able to free up all of my time and get leads just dinging my phone without cold calling, without manually sending SMS, without manually sending emails, without doing any of that. They'll ding my phone, I give them a call, get the property under contract, move on to the next one. All right, so why automated lead generation and lead nurture is key, right? Most wholesalers quit after the first few months because they just think it's too hard, because it's not what the gurus on YouTube made it out to be. It's not just all glitz and glamour, right? And they always quit because they're burnt out, or they have a lack of finances to keep them going until they get their first deal, because it's hard. It's hard trying to build a business. I don't care what business it is. It's hard trying to build a business, especially if that business is going to be your only source of income. But if you have a reliable system to generate new leads consistently, it is virtually impossible for you to fail. If you have a system working around the clock, ready to answer people's text messages when they text back, ready is sending out constant messages to your prospects while you're at the park playing with your kids or at dinner with your family, right? Watching a movie with your daughter or son. This system is sending out messages and responding to people as they come back, and only pushing through what is a viable lead, people that are interested in selling their house. It's impossible to fail if you have this going nonstop, 24/7, right? So why this challenge? There's a lack of knowledge in these communities out here, just based on Facebook and stuff like that. There's so many people that call themselves wholesalers that know absolutely nothing about what they're doing. And it's not you guys' fault. It's just all of the information. They make it seem so easy, but it's not. YouTube University, it causes you to be a scatterbrain. You got this guru over here saying that this is the perfect way to do it. You got this other guru saying that that's the perfect way to do it. And it always leads to analysis paralysis. I know, because I was there. I had so much information in my brain that I did not make a move for a long time on any of it, because I did not want to make the wrong move. And some of you probably watching this video are at that point right now. And on top of that, a lot of people are giving bad information. Like what I said earlier, a lot of gurus say, yeah, pull the biggest list you could possibly pull, skip trace the entire list, and sit up and cold call that entire list. That is horrible advice. That is horrible, horrible advice. I do not recommend that. And a lot of people just have a lack of a reliable software that they can use. It's just like a carpenter. A carpenter is absolutely nothing without his tools. He cannot do his job. And you, as a wholesaler slash real estate investor, you cannot. It's 2022. The age of dialing people's phone out of the newspaper, that's over. That's done. You cannot do this without having a reliable, efficient software. And then back to the VAs, right? Y'all know I got a thing against VAs. So these are our CRM capabilities, just some of them. Has a power dialer, single line, two-way SMS and email messaging, email marketing, has an AI prospector, that is the automated lead generation system that I was talking about, has a calendar and booking system, which allows you to be able to get rid of services like Calendly and all of that. The system actually helps you be able to centralize all of your softwares into one location. Like we alleviate the need for ClickFunnels, like all types of different stuff, right? Has a social media planner. You can schedule out your social media posts, website and funnel hosting. It's a full CRM with unlimited leads. You can upload literally unlimited millions and millions and millions of different leads into the system. Team management and reporting, which means you have unlimited. If you do want VAs, like I'm not telling you not to use VAs, just make sure that they're qualified. If you do want VAs, you can have unlimited VAs in the system, and you can assign them the prospects that you want them to be assigned to, and they can only see that, right? E-com hosting, you can sell your stuff using Shopify. We have a web chat widget that you can put on your website if you don't have a website inside of our system, and you can still post this on there. And when people go to your website, they'll see your stuff, send you a message through the web chat widget, and it'll come directly to your phone. And there's so much more, right? There's a true all-in-one wholesaling tool. Is literally everything you need, whether you're a beginning wholesaler or an established investor. This is the last tool you will ever need. So why this is a no-brainer, right? There's no cold calling involved. There's no VAs involved. No ads ever, unless you choose to. And that's just this challenge. And with this challenge, you're going to get the full course that I'm offering, showing you exactly how to do everything that I mentioned earlier. And you're going to get the CRM with the automated lead generation for free. You just have to pay for your marketing, right? Which is pennies for a text. The training that you're going to get from this is going to stay with you forever. So even if you stay for the month and just get the training and then you move around, that's completely fine with me. I'm just happy knowing that I'll be sending people out there at least with knowing at least more than they knew before they came in it, if that makes sense. And we guarantee leads in 30 days, or the next month is free. Now, a lot of people ask, like, well, if you didn't get leads the first month, why would you give a month free? Who would want the free month? The simple fact of the matter is, this is not a one and done thing like YouTube tells you, right? This is not you pick up the phone, you call someone, and they're just throwing their property at you. That is not how this goes. There is at least 5 touch points before you get a contract, meaning you have to get in front of a person at least 5 times most of the time, have 5 conversations with someone before they sign a contract with you. Okay? So that extra month with the same phone numbers and everything that you had from the first month, I guarantee that if you don't get, like, you should get something in the first 30 days. Like, that's just not even a question. But by some random act of the universe that you don't, you'll get another month for free. And like, you can cancel this at any time, right? Obviously, there's no contracts. There's nothing like that. You can cancel anytime you want. I don't believe in holding people against their will. If you want to get away, then, go somewhere else. So here's a couple bonuses that I'm going to give you guys. My free book, my book that I wrote myself, REI Quick Codes Level 1, Dominate the Real Estate Wholesale Game, and a wholesaler's toolkit. The toolkit has things like contracts, RVM scripts, SMS scripts, purchase and sell agreements, assignment agreements, things like that. I'm going to give them to you absolutely free for signing up. And I'm going to give you these free guides. A lot of you are probably at the beginning, so you don't even have an online presence yet, but these will come in handy later on when you do have an online presence. And you get this referral program. For everyone that you refer to us, for any of our services, say, for example, someone wants us to build a website, we charge them $5,000, you'll get 10% of that. off top, right? And for everyone that you bring to us, you get a $200 restaurant certificate. There's no limit. There's no cap on anything, right? So you're probably asking, how much does it cost? So my new Realm automated AI prospecting system with the complete CRM, I normally charge about $449 for this. But because you're going to do this challenge, and because I want to educate you on what it is that you're doing wrong and try to teach you what you need to do right, I'm only going to charge you $99 for the first month. And every month after that, if you decide to stay with us, you're only going to be paying $149 moving forward. Now, that is, what's that, like a 75% knockoff for what I normally charge. So this is your next choice. You continue doing what YouTube gurus have you doing, which is they basically got you running around chasing your tail like a dog, right? Or you could use a proven method that has 22-year-old boxers out of North Carolina making more money in a month than most realtors are out here making in an entire year, right? So that's the end of this presentation.